We're here today because we've been talking about the innovation generation. And a generation of innovators is nothing unless people do something about it. A PowerPoint slide or a poster, some accessories, doesn't mean a heck of a lot unless individuals change behavior. Because here's something I pointed out to our ortho friends last year. No organization ever in the history of capitalism has ever changed. No organization has ever grown. No organization has ever cut costs. No organization has ever increased market share. Because organizations don't change. People do. An organization is simply the sum of all the efforts of all the people within that organization. People who make individual and separate decisions every single day. When you accumulate all those decisions, you end up with either a company that is innovative or one, quite frankly, that is not. So the 3,000-foot view is fantastic. But unless we bring it down in the trenches, and unless we discuss what each one of us as individuals is going to do, it doesn't mean anything because it doesn't go anywhere. Now, we can look over time at various brands, and we can use branding as something that we can look towards to help guide us. Because being innovative and being creative really isn't, it's not an issue with ability at all. It's an issue of branding. Because many people here have said, I'm not creative. I know. I majored in accounting. You know. But there's this guy in the office. Ooh, he's a hoot. He's so creative. We've already labeled ourselves, I'm a brand that is not creative or innovative, and I'm not going to change, and I'm sorry, that's just the way I am. Well, we can look back and look at brands who have been around for a very long time. Two quick examples. We got Apple, we got Polaroid. Apple could have given up the fight long ago. But Apple as a brand continued to believe what it stood for and continued to change and continued to innovate. Polaroid, a very top key major brand in the late 70s, early 80s. Polaroid forgot what they were about. Polaroid was really about making memories, not about taking disposable pictures. Guess who snuck up on Polaroid? The entire digital camera category. To the point that, and this is from Jim Harris, who's a great speaker and former leader of the Green Party. Jim Harris points out, guess now who makes the most digital cameras in the world? You can yell out your guesses. Who makes the most digital cameras in the world right now? Canon, Kodak, Sony, Nokia. Nokia makes form because of the phones. Polaroid did not see them coming. Polaroid did not adapt. Polaroid did not innovate. People say, no. A person cannot be a brand because a brand as defined by Walter Lander was a product or a service. There's no such thing as a personal brand. Oh yeah? Tell that to her. You kidding me? This is one of the most powerful brands in the universe, tied to an individual person who has a promise. Her brand promise, of course, is that she's going to be open, she's going to be accessible, she's going to be spiritual, she's going to be holistic. And so when she comes out with a magazine, guess what? She's got a whole boatload of people behind her ready to buy it. How many people here have an iPod? Yeah. Do you know how many times I've taken in my iPod to get broke? Because it broke? Or the battery, you know? And you're like, what? You want me to pay another $400? Great! Okay, I'll take it. That's how much we love the brand. Now, do personal brands exist? Definitely. Oprah Winfrey, Martha Stewart, are you kidding me? Strong personal brands. My agency, which is Euro RSCG, we're in about 270 offices around the world. And we did a study that came out October 15th. We looked at 3,500 brands across 12 different countries. Brands originating from the US, UK, France, and China. 3,500 different brands. We looked at something called brand momentum. So, okay, we know in the list who are the top brands in 2008. But who is gaining ground the fastest? When you look at momentum, What brand is moving the fastest? Number 3 was iPhone as a brand. Number 2 was Google. The number 1 brand on October 15th was this guy. Barack Obama had the highest brand momentum scores globally across 12 countries 3 weeks before the man was even elected. Personal brands do exist. Personal brands can be very powerful. And the difference between saying, we're an innovation generation, and actually being an innovation generation, we can look to his success in the presidential election. Why did people follow him? Because they really thought he was about change. And I don't want to get into a political discussion, but why did people hesitate to follow John McCain? Because they thought he was talking about being about change. And he knew he was kind of paying it lip service. That's why he said, I think I need someone radical. Which is a nice way of saying crazy to prove that I'm about change. That will be my only political commentary of the night. Right? People are like, I don't know that I'm buying change. I think it's just lip service. This man, are you kidding me? FDR was the first advertising president. John F. Kennedy was the first television president. Barack Obama is your first internet president. You want change? He didn't just talk about change. This man changed the entire electoral landscape. He actually did it. And that's why we're here today.